Reddit, what's your most I'm with the boomers on this opinion? I'm not downloading a fucking app to use your menu. And I don't need a goddamned app for every website, shop, or restaurant I visit. Please just put your menu and hours on a normal website and stop trying to clog up my phone. Edit, and have a real website, not a Facebook page or Instagram account. Those might be good in addition to your website, but if the only way I can place an order is through your Insta DMs, just fucking forget it. This is best viewed in our app. No, it's not. Translates to, this is best not viewed at all. The Reddit mobile site is so annoying. It now constantly asks if you want to continue using the mobile version or use the app. You used to be able to get rid of the notification, but they decided that was bad business. Now it pops up and scrolls you back to the top of whatever subreddit you were browsing. Infuriating. I don't want your fucking app. Reddit. Use Reef is fun, formerly Reddit is fun. It doesn't support chat but is better absolutely everything else. The beauty of Reef is that I've been able to avoid just about everything people complain about having changed on Reddit in the past 5 years. But then how can they mine your sweet data? They can buy it from Meta/Tencent like everyone else. I work at a restaurant as a host and recently failed our secret shopper because I asked how many menus? Instead of would you like menus or the QR code on the table? Most of the time when I do remember to ask, people just look at me confused and say 3. It's great. Edit to add, we don't have the feature where you can order through the QR code. Just the menu. Secret shoppers are lame, and when I initially failed I didn't know we were supposed to ask this, so I didn't get written up or anything. Our menus are at the front and it's the host's job to get the right amount before bringing the guests to the table, which is why we ask how many are needed. This isn't necessarily the way all restaurants work, but this is what I was trained to do. I am hoping to be promoted to server soon, they told me before the year ends, and if they don't by January, I will quit. I don't understand why this ever became a thing. Why add extra steps when you could just print it out and give it to them? It seemed to become prevalent when restaurants started opening for dining in again after 2020, so people were concerned with how many hands had touched their menus before them and such. This, but for everything. 75% of apps should just be a standard responsive website. It would load faster, be usable across more devices, less work for the dev teams to maintain a presence on all the app stores and update. I really think most of the time and effort put into apps is to make them sticky and just more present on users' devices, at the cost of just about everything else. Most features in cars should have buttons. Want to turn on your heated seat? Button, not scroll through 3 screens. Crazy that they ban the use of cell phones, but allow the permanent installment of whole S tablets. But they have the disclaimer screen not to use it while driving, which is a totally reasonable expectation/S. You let me just park every time I need to adjust the temperature or want to change radio stations. Comment deleted by user middle.15 days ago. My favorite is my Dodge doesn't allow you to type stuff in while rolling. So anytime my wife needs to put in directions to something, she has to text me, then I pull my phone out, type in my password and then she forwards the address to the car. Lol. Let's cancel this basic functionality so you must do this junky workaround. That reminds me of a police video I saw years ago when Teslas were appearing on the roads. One got pulled over for some sort of illegal modifications or distracted driving law after the cop saw the giant screen the driver was looking at. The driver was like, "No, this is straight from the factory how it comes," and convinced the cop there was no infraction. This is just bad UI. Screens require us to take our eyes off the road, a recipe for disaster. Buttons and dials? Only need one hand. Eyes on the road. I miss car radios with buttons and dials. Honda changed their radio volume control back to a button a few years ago because so many customers complained about the touchscreen. I rented a Honda a few years ago. Took me 10 minutes to figure out how to brighten the dashboard lights. Hint, it was on the radio controls on the touchscreen. My car has a dial. Takes 3 seconds to figure it out. Yes, and furthermore, they should be labeled buttons. When I'm driving a rental car that's currently trying to bake my skin off, I don't want to experiment with what every tiny picture of a fan, wavy lines or artist formerly known as Prince Hieroglyph does. Just a wild guess, but they might have pictures because manufacturers won't know which languages the driver will know. Ugh. Car shopping right now and I hate all of these infotainment screens. Give me a backup camera, power windows and Bluetooth connectivity. That's it. Leave the other BS off and take $8,000 off MSRP, thanks. Not everything needs to connect to the internet or have an app attached to it. I just want my fridge to keep shit cold. I don't understand why we have to bring Wi-Fi into this situation. I literally just talked a friend out of getting a smart automatic litter box with an app and shit. The price difference was $300 more than just a regular automatic scooping box and you get, what? Notifications that your cat just took a shit? My nose does that for free. My indicator was always dig 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 dig, dig 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 dig, X5, dig dig, followed by a flying leap out of the litter box, spreading the litter like shrapnel. Don't forget the long pause. Valp, guess he's finally done. Dig 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 dig. Data collection. Targeted ads. I genuinely ask people to go offline as much as possible with devices. Not everything needs to be recorded. You really don't need an Alexa. Don't forget. The S in IoT stands for security. My fucking toothbrush has an app. Why? Why? I don't need a subscription for everything. No, you don't need my phone number or email, just let me buy my shirt and get the fuck out of the store. I simply reply no, thanks. And 99% of the time that's all that's required to skip the phone/email stuff. As someone who worked in retail, we all hate asking for emails and phone numbers, but it's literally part of the job. What makes it infinitely worse is the crappy customers who think the minimum wage employee working cash is the one who wants your information and give them shit for it. Radio Shack was doing that before it was cool. They wanted my name, address and phone number to buy a soldering iron in the 90s. Also, they're out of business. Having to create a username and password to join just about anything online is a royal pain in the ass. Good gravy, this got way more attention than I was expecting. I will check out Password Manager seeing as it is highly recommended. For the record, I often see boomers much more fed up with computer requirements that require jumping through hoops more than younger generations. I don't think younger generations love these irritating requirements, but if anyone feels this is not a boomer opinion, I really don't have the energy or care enough to argue. Make sure you have one uppercase letter, a number, and a symbol, and it has to be 12 characters long, and it can't be a password you've used in the last month, and we will make you reset your password every month, forcing you to constantly come up with new passwords you will never remember. Don't forget that even if you've ticked the box to remember you, we'll randomly log you out anyway. The worst part is that most of these practices don't even matter. They do little to help, and heavily encourage really poor password security behavior. Thank God for password managers. The important thing is having random, diverse passwords and not sharing passwords between websites, which my password manager makes effortless. MFA is also really great, but I only use it on accounts I care about. Password hell. You practically have to have a password manager application to have secure passwords working in IT. Every password changes every 90 days. There are rules to ensure that you aren't just adding an iterating number to previous passwords, special symbols, and it's discouraged to reuse prior passwords across services. A popular form of hacking usernames and passwords is to get a database from a poorly secured service. The web server for some local pizza joint with online ordering system with account info. And just try the same username and password combos from Joe's Pizza on some banking website. Sometimes it's faster, and easier, to just plug something in, instead of dealing with Bluetooth connectivity. There's something nice about knowing how to get it connected and being able to physically connect/disconnect. The same applies to networking. Wi-Fi is not a panacea, and it's very much worth your while doing some cabled networking if you actually value your networked experiences. Most petty thing that annoys me is almost all smart TVs have Ethernet ports, but almost every single one is limited to fast Ethernet, which is 100 MB/s. Meanwhile, the Wi-Fi can go much faster. I value my networking experiences, and that's why I want to have a wired connection. In addition, a TV is probably the best case for a wired connection. It's something that never moves and is static and is already tethered to the wall for power. Your options for above fast Ethernet is Wi-Fi or buying an Nvidia Shield Pro. How much can gigabit Ethernet cost in 2022? I would blow someone for next cheap iPhone to have a headphone jack again. Sick to death of getting on the metro and finding out my headphones are near dead. One of my hobbies is computer gaming, and I am not a fan of how everything needs to be wireless. Keyboards, mice, headsets, speakers. I like the simplicity and I don't like having to charge things. You can make cables look clean if you need to. To add to this, some cars won't let you manually select the input device from the stored BT devices if you get going faster than 5 miles per hour and don't drop back down to a full stop, and in a number of cars these systems have issues automatically selecting the right device if multiple devices are stored as connections. Also, the audio quality is usually better when using wires, and there's no annoying weirdness of the car's BT supporting one set of codecs and one device OS supporting another set that only overlaps the car set with the worst possible codec of the group. Physical keyboards are better than virtual keyboards. And physical knobs and buttons are better than touchscreens, especially with cars, ATMs, etc. This is such a basic safety thing. Taking your eyes off the road to adjust the climate controls, volume, whatever is so unnecessarily dangerous. I helped a family member buy a new car recently, and giant touchscreens are inescapable. All the accident prevention measures like automatic braking are great. Why can't we have the same safety-first attitude with dashboard/console design? I'm still baffled how touchscreens ever made it into cars in the first place. For drivers, the entire driving experience is intended to be tactile so they can keep their eyes on the road, and we have years of design research within and outside of the automotive industry that validate this. Expecting the driver to use a touchscreen to operate the audio and thermostat is about as responsible as installing a hotel elevator without Braille legends. The driver will sometimes be the only person in the vehicle who can operate these controls, just as a blind person will sometimes be the only person in the elevator. TV is getting too dark. Not emotionally, it is visually too dark and I can't see it. Too dark and too quiet. I swear we have to turn the volume up like twice as loud as we have it normally to watch Yellowstone. Better believe the commercials have plenty of volume though. There's almost no show I watch anymore without captions on. Not emotionally, it is visually too dark and I can't see it in its way. Until it's suddenly way too loud. Too quiet. Or the background music is louder than the dialogue. Music in bars is too loud. Edit to add that I've been a touring musician and live sound technician. I love music, but it actually sounds better at lower volumes, and I want to be able to hear it into my old age. I want to find just one bar where I can talk to my friends without screaming. What? He said he wanted to talk to us without screaming. WHO's leaving? Okay, cool. Smiles and laughs like I know what you said. Where's Doug? Why do you need a hug? And shops. I've left closed shops because the music is irritatingly loud and I can't talk to my partner. I worked in a store recently that had control over the music volume. Myself and coworkers always had to go over and turn it down. The store manager kept turning it up way too high. If I can't fucking hear the customer, I can't help them. And if the customer can't fucking hear me, they can't be helped. Like? Leave music at a normal, enjoyable level. Weddings, parties, stores, just about everywhere. If we're going to a concert, then crank it. If the music is to enhance the experience, and instead it's just drowning it in noise pollution, then there's a failure in execution. Screw fast fashion, my clothes should be made to last. I'm not rich, so it's unavoidable, but I'm willing to spend extra on clothes that aren't made of plastic, and I do my best to repair my damaged clothing instead of throwing it out. There's a documentary on the company Shine. I'm sorry I can't remember the name of it, but it's about the working conditions of the people that make those clothes, and it's horrific. Also, the environmental impact from fast fashion is so much higher than anyone would think. My wife and I were watching a Canadian TV show once where they go undercover to investigate different things. I forget the name, but they'd look into anything sketchy, and had an episode about Shein and other fast fashion companies like them. Not only are they horrible working conditions and awful for the environment, but many of their clothes also contain toxic chemicals and heavy metals, and not the good ones like Iron Maiden, either. Basically, by wearing their clothing, you are poisoning yourself. I want to buy a pairs of jeans that will last more than 2 years. Levi's have not been lasting more than a year for me lately. I don't really know if this is a boomer opinion per se, but you don't need to document everything you do and post it to your social media. Sometimes it's better to just live in the moment and enjoy what's happening around you. I feel like we are in this weird time frame where there's an older generation posting everything to Facebook, middle generation not posting anything, and young generation posting everything to TikTok. The middle generation really can go either way. Half my friends, late 20s to mid 30s, post nothing, the other half is posting daily like Gen Z. I'm in the post nothing crowd. At a concert I might take 2 or 3 pictures max of the musician/band and the venue, but that's all. It's not just that phones take you away from reality while documenting everything, it's that people often just document in a very fake manner and don't portray how reality really is. Faking their way through their social environment. Forgot to take a photo of my son's Halloween costume. We were doing the early 1990s thing and just going about our holiday, enjoying ourselves cell phone free. I got both grandmas texting me hoping for a photo and 2 cousins that shared their maple leaf, fallen leaf, sparkles, fall photos. Sparkles, fallen leaf, maple leaf, with us looking picture cute and social media ready. One of those cousins hasn't spoken to me verbally in 10 years despite being in the same room as me multiple times. Rolling eyes face, a picture might say 1,000 words but your behavior will say millions more. As someone who had a stalker, I second this. Never, ever live post your brunch or whatever while you're still there. If you want to post, do it when you're already home. Nobody needs a picture of every meal of your day. This behavior can be used against you by someone with bad intentions. I wasn't really into social media when I had a stalker. Now I only use social media as a direct messaging app. I prefer physical menus over QR codes. I don't mind QR codes as long as it takes me to a website. Places that make you download their app to order? Fuck that. Restaurant I went to had signs all over begging you to download their app. No Wi-Fi. And create an account on the app just to order. A local place has QR-only menus. It directs you to his mobile-unfriendly website menu, which freezes your phone. Every single time. If you complain to the owner, he claims we're the only one that happens to, which is a lie because people complain about it in reviews. Last place had a pop-up with a survey about the experience before I could even see the menu. With no visible X to skip past. I don't want to leave bad reviews, but this is how you get bad reviews. 1 star, I haven't even seen the menu because I was held hostage by this website's experience survey when attempting to order. Get enough people to post this and it should change quickly. Just tell them you left your phone at home. It's what I do. Magically a physical menu appears. I get it, restaurants are saving paper and labor every time they change their menu. I just wish they wouldn't look confused and disgusted when I ask for a menu. Sir, the menu is on the tiny QR on that stand just outside your periphery that looks like an advertisement for a band playing tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I was going to eat tonight, not solve an escape room. My apologies. Do you go east not HFP, ho, Ness? Standard headlights on new automobiles are too bright. Literally being blinded by every other car during the daytime wondering if their brights are on. Fun fact, depending on where you live there are certain restrictions on headlights, for example how bright/high they are. But no one enforces it. I have light sensitivity issues and this is a serious problem for me. Driving at night causes some pain if I'm lucky, and a migraine if I'm not. I legit thought there was something wrong with me for thinking this. I really thought I was the only one. Thank you for confirming I'm not lol, I no longer feel crazy. Things aren't made like they used to be. Everything you buy now is so cheaply manufactured. Even high-end furniture uses cheap particle board and crappy joinery. We bought a pretty high-end couch a few years back and it's barely holding together. Edit, thanks everyone for commenting and thank you for the award. I've been on Reddit since 2008 and have never had a comment get this much action. I miss appliances you could fix just by hitting it a few times. I too love percussive maintenance. Kinetic calibration. High-end furniture uses cheap particle board and crappy joinery. I love this example at work. Most of our clients are 1%. Our last house had $400,000 worth of furniture. The table was 1 1/4 thick, but all the boards were laminated 3/4 and half boards, not to mention it came pre-warped. Guess the planerite overseas took its toll. The legs were this cylinder made of wood with gappy joints. When I knocked it was hollow. Crazy to think this is a structural piece. On my time off I make furniture that's more traditional. It's frustrating to know how much the table must have cost, but I'll die struggling to sell furniture that'll last longer than me. I worked in a cabinet making shop for a bit as a general laborer. My first month or so was helping the actual experienced cabinet makers put together a $250,000 custom basement bar for a client. Tables, booths, door casings, wainscoting, decorative columns, the bar itself, all absolutely gorgeous woodwork that looked like something out of a cathedral, way nicer than you'd find in a generic pub. Even the plywood for the drop ceiling tiles was some fancy expensive type. I always figured that's how the really rich people do things when it comes to home furnishings, all customized like that. Guess not. If you like the video, hit that subscribe button for more content. I post every day and I'll see you next time with more stories.